Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Navis Nobilite. I am going to talk to you today about the Grunt assault ship. This ship was added to the Orc fleet in the 2010 FAQ, and it's a very curious little escort. The Grunt assault ship is based off of the Brute Ram ship, but with a very critical difference. So let's take a look at its rules. It is an Escort 1, 25 centimeter speed mover, turns at 45 degrees, shields 1, 6 up armor, and critically, 5 up rear and side armor with 2 turrets. It has a strength 2 guns battery. Now, Grunt assault ships embark huge amounts of orc boarding parties, as opposed to just, putting spiky things on the front of the ship and ramming it into people's faces. They have the following rules. 1. They are equipped with tractor fields and are mounted on a large 60mm base. These escorts are on battleship bases, making it much easier to board enemy ships. They roll 2d6 against opposing ships when ramming, as opposed to 1d6, which is not bad. They count as 2 HP when determining other boarding values. That is very important. They are double their boarding value. Now, due to poorly distributed mass, they cannot use come to new heading, which is not really that much of a problem for an escort. And they can be equipped with claws for 5 points each vessel, not per squadron. Now, what do claws do? Let's go up to the gubbins and see what they do, assuming I can get there accurately. What do claws do? I find it, I promise. Claws. Each ship with claws may only use it once per turn, regardless of how many vessels it is in contact with. Though it does not have to be the first ship in contact. If the claws hit... so claws function like Tyrannid giant claws, which is horrifying. When you move into base to base, roll 2d6. Each a roll of a 4 plus inflicts 1 hit on the target, ignoring shields but not hollow fields. Brace for impacts works normally against claws. Now, if both attacks hit with the claws, the vessel has been grabbed, and the orc vessel latches on. Neither vessel can move if they are the same class or smaller, such as a cruiser to cruiser or escort to escort. But a larger class vessel may still move at only half rate. Both ships may shoot at half effectiveness. Nova cannons and special weapons cannot fire. In every end phase, roll to attack again, 2 dice needing a 4 plus to hit. If both attacks hit when the vessel is already grappled, then it takes a third additional hit. Either ship may conduct boarding action as normal. Damage caused by claws can cause critical hits as normal. Now, you can put claws on to grunts, which makes them basically orc krakens, which is ridiculous and hilarious. The whole purpose of the grunt is to get across the table, latch onto enemy ships, and board the hell out of them. Taking a large squadron, like a squad of 6, 30 points, pretty cheap, you will have a boarding value of 12. With the additional advantage of claws, 2 per each ship, which means that is 12 opportunities to hit on a 4 plus and slow the enemy ship down, prevent firing of special weapons, and to clamp on and keep boarding them on into the next phase. Grunt assault ships are wonderful, ridiculous ships that most people simply do not expect. Now, the ideal use of them is to have an opportunity to ram an enemy ship, board them, and claw them all in the same round. Basically, you see an enemy ship, you press the red button, automatically go all ahead full. You hit the ship, ideally it's a bigger ship, but it can be an escort. You pass your boarding, you pass your ram attempt, you immediately do your ram, then you do your claws, and then you do the boarding action, assuming the ship is still alive. Obviously, grunts are meant to be used against larger vessels. Okay? That is fundamentally clear. Using these against escorts is a massive waste of time, but with that large base, it's not going to be hard to do it. It's not just going to be very effective against Eldar. Bear that in mind. So, but think of it again in this way though. Say you are facing against the Eldar. One, you got these guns batteries. If you're close enough to them to shoot them, do so. But say you do board six, you do attempt with 6 or even 3 grunts against an Eldar cruiser. Well, that's a 50-50 shot right there of successfully boarding it. And if you manage to survive that boarding action, which you very well may, that Eldar ship is in for a world of hurt because you have successfully boarded and potentially even clamped on to the enemy ship. And Eldar vessels are never, well, again, the claws, if you have them, are not necessarily useful against Eldar, but you may get lucky. But even if you manage to board with just one, or maybe if you're lucky two, that's an incredibly bad day for the Eldar vessel. Flat out, it's not a good day for the Eldar ship. You have really good boarding modifiers for being an orc, and that could potentially give you the opportunity with one little grunt cause a huge amount of damage to something like a eclipse or a shadow. So do not underestimate the power of the grunt. The grunt, like its brother, the brute, are phenomenal little ships. They are very well priced for what they do. They're just really easy to kill because these guys are on large bases, and bombers and torpedoes are going to have a field day with them. So bear that in mind. Thank you all for watching this video. I'll talk to you all again soon.